Hello. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to charge more than $3,000 plus per coaching client in order to purchase your first Lamborghini and get your mom a $1 million house. And this is a paramount step in becoming part of the social media aristocracy and running a $1 million margin-only business. Now, before we begin, one thing I want to address, if you are one of our competitors or competitors in the social media niches, any of the, coach scaling, getting people clients through social media, anything like that. There's no reason to copy our funnels, copy our content, things like that, and get it 50% right, 60% right. You can literally come to us and ask us for help. We help other people scale all the time, and we do consulting calls with similar people all the time and give them direction on their funnels, content, so on and so forth. You can literally just come ask us. You don't have to copy things and get it like half right, and then it looks weird because then now we're both like doing kind of similar things and have similar messaging. Like, you can just come to us and ask us things. It works like that. You can do that. You can just talk to us. So I wanted to get that out of the way before we get into the presentation. Now, back to the subject at hand: how to charge more than $3,000 per coaching client in order to purchase your first Lamborghini and get your mom a $1 million house. $1 million house. Jesus Christ. So first, God damn it, you came, huh? First, some evidence. Picture one is me next to a 2020 Camaro SS and 2022 Lamborghini Urus plus a smiling Vince. Pick two, we're currently doing over $100,000 a month, including payments collected through PayPal, Wire, so on and so forth. Just so you know that I'm not talking out of my ass. This is not arrogant or flexing. This is showing that this initial statement here is 1,000%, right? So, moving on from here, even more evidence. We just flop it on the table. Some screenshots of clients collecting $3,000 and up deals. Faze, Gabe, Taylor, more Faze, more Gabe, Ben, Taylor, Gabe. Also, here's another case study of us getting a coach to $28,000 a month in 90 days. We just got a coach to $43,000 a month in 30 days of launch. That'll be another full case study breakdown coming soon. But just so you know that I actually know what I'm talking about. Once again, not being arrogant, not flexing, just showing that this is coming from an absolutely valid source, and you can trust what's coming next. So, just going over the track record, basically. Next, this is only meant for if you sell an expensive offer through the internet. This can be a high-ticket offer, coaching offer, expensive services. Like, for example, we have some people that are that have like insurance agency VA offers or AI automation offers. All those fall under this. Similar system. There might be a slightly different form of lead generation. However, just across the board, this system is applicable. Okay, like the principles are the same because we're very principle-based. All our content and everything is extremely principle-based, so it's applicable across various niches. Now, if you sell an expensive service or offer through the internet but want to sell more of it at higher prices while doing less work, you can keep watching. If you run a coaching offer and want to add $20,000 to $50,000 in monthly revenue within the next 90 days without having to spend any money on acquiring a customer, you can keep watching. If you are competent in your area of expertise, have results proving it, and want to package your expertise and sell it at premium pricing while completely annihilating your competition in doing so, you can keep watching. No harm in that, right? Completely annihilating your competition while making a lot of money. Fun times for everyone. Now, the core concept I want to go over here is that you can mathematically project and mechanically engineer a $500,000 to $1 million margin-only business, and it's replicable. It's replicable across various different niches, verticals, industries, whatever you want. Like I showed you back here, right? We have a fitness coaching offer that's starting to get to the $500,000, like within 30 days of launch, almost the $500,000 run rate. God damn, I've not had enough caffeine today, or too much. But contrary to popular belief, it is all math. Everything with, I don't know how to explain this, but there seems to be this weird idea that for some reason, social media can't be calculated like anything else. Like paid ads and cold outreach as lead generation mechanisms, cold DMs and paid ads. Those can be mathematically projected. You can literally spreadsheet out everything. contrary to popular belief, you can literally do that with organic. If all of your content is strategically implemented and you can start to get consistent amount of views on, compacted sales letters going around short form platforms, everything can be projected. So in terms of actual steps to making this happen, step one, you need to determine the pricing equation and expected value to the customer, plus establish authority. This starts with introducing a savage claim based on your prior results that you have gotten for previous clients in the past. That is paramount here. Nothing else works unless you have either gotten savage results for yourself or a client. You need to have case studies, because it is collateral. And you remember how in the beginning, I'll give you a good example just to highlight this point. Remember how in the beginning I put out a pretty banger headline here? Okay, well, God damn it, Gamma. Back it up with claim and evidence, or back up the claim with some evidence, and then pack on some more evidence of you doing it for clients, right? Same thing. So you need to have an initial case study, and you need to have prior results. And the more results you have in various different areas of different clients and doing it for yourself, it'll make your initial claim that much stronger. And this applies not to just like funnels or your offer, but this applies to your content, which I'll get into momentarily, and I'll show some examples of my own, like TikToks, Instagram Reels, things like that. You need to be injecting case studies constantly and your results constantly in order to back up really interesting headlines and interesting hooks, right? Take this video as a perfect example. Then, actually, here, you know what? I'll give an example of doing this. I just did this on a TikTok recently. Hold on. Yeah, see this one? It's at 80K. So this another thing that I was mentioning, if you remember, where I was talking about mathematically projecting and mechanically engineering outputs, and I'll go more into detail on it later, but a really good example of that is the video structure that we give to our clients and we have people do is what we call like micro sales letters, which are a compacted version of long form sales letters. We figured this out back in, I think the first time I ever did one of these was, if I remember correctly, late October of 2022 or early November of 2022. And then we started really, really dialing it in terms of like replicability. For example, that one got 80,000. Where's another one? 82,000. There's 14,000. That's okay. 59,000. 18,000. Where are they? There's a bunch here, like hidden in between all the edited ones. But it's pretty replicatable, to be honest. Like everything with short form, like there's a 65K, 17.5K, and I'm counting things that are over 10,000, right? 48.5, 23.4. That was one of them right there. The TikTok monetization mini course, that was a micro sales letter. 48,000, 17,000, 12,000. That's awesome. Community guidelines violation. 17.9 thousand. That one is an edited version. It's not done like the normal handheld style. 32,000. Let's see here. Yeah, so you guys get the point. It is very replicatable. Now, those claims need to be introduced constantly throughout all of your short form micro sales letters, which I'll go into the next one, into the next slide. But after that, the next stage is having a level 5 market sophistication offer. And what that means is that you're ironing out the possibility that someone could even have a pre-objection before coming down your funnel when they see your headline and your claim, right? So case study, how we got ideal customer persona from state 1 to state 2 within a given time frame without a pain in the ass or hurdle that the customer has to deal with. That's just pretty standard stuff. If you're in the internet money space at all, you're on Money, Twitter, anything like that, this is really standard stuff. Like just the highest level of market sophistication, just to eliminate the possibility of saturation. I think it was I forgot the copywriter that initially came up with it, but it was like really, I don't remember the name of the copywriter off the top of my head. If I can find it after I post the video, I'll put it in the description. But there was a copywriter from way back that came up with this concept. I'll try to see if I can find it. The next stage after you create your level 5 market dominating offer is calculating the expected value to the customer. Shout out to Nick Cosman for coming up with that pricing strategy. I really like that. Like mathematically dialing in the expected value to the customer in order to basically manufacture no-brainer offers on the spot, and to determine exactly, it basically mechanically engineers an economic purchase from the buyer side, so there's no logical objection whatsoever. And the more on explanation of what this means, calculating expected value, is that if your offer has an 80% probability giving someone $100,000 in total value, yield, however you want to call it, you can comfortably charge $8,000 to them, and it should be an absolute no-brainer. So yeah, that's the next step. So going through this, savage claim based on your prior results, level 5 market sophistication offer, you calculate the expected value to get your pricing dialed in. And then last thing, and not very many people talk about this in the coaching space, but it's kind of paramount, and that is that you need to appear as a role model, or you need to put yourself into a position or a stature that you are someone to be looked up to, or a role model, in order to adequately communicate that you have the capability of calling people on their bullshit, and they'll actually listen to you. For example, a really compacted way of explaining this is that people only buy from people they want to be like, never the other way around. Never the other way around. It's never the other way, where people buy from others that are like, oh, I don't really like how he looks, or I don't really like how he operates his business. I don't like his lifestyle. Things like that. That's the reason all those like crazy social media influencers that are flexing constantly, exactly, the second I say that, exactly who I'm talking about. The reason they sell to such a broad market, and they sell, like YouTube automation things, or like just like more like dog shit info products, is because everyone sees the lifestyle that they are presenting, and they want to buy into that for themselves. So just that is a good example of, you need to keep this in the top of mind, but that doesn't mean you have to exactly replicate it. You just need to keep it in your mind as like, okay, I need to demonstrate that I am not necessarily just a role model, but I am someone that has a lifestyle that other people would enjoy having as well. And people buy from people they want to be like. So you need to, and not to mention that when you are in the position other people want to be in, and you are the example, whenever you tell your clients, students, whatever you call them, to perform an action, they are more likely to do it. They take you more seriously, just as a fact. This is why, like, the joke about like the 18-year-old dating coach, I don't know if you guys have ever heard that before, but joke about, whenever you see like 18-year-old dating coaches, the reason they never make any money or no one takes them seriously is like, bro, like, not only do you not have any experience, but likely you're just not getting any either. Like, it's all weird. It's all weird. But you guys get what I'm saying. You need to display yourself as a role model in order to adequately communicate to other people that you can call them on their bullshit. Because last thing is that 99% of coaching, 95% of coaching, or any sort of done with you offer, is just telling people to do the things that they know they were supposed to do already, and then filling in knowledge gaps as they appear. That's 5% of it, is filling in knowledge gaps. 95% of the time, it's just like holding people accountable and calling them on their bullshit. Like, dude, did you perform all the input activities that'll get you to X outcome? If someone if you run a fitness coaching offer and someone has not lost weight over the last month, did you eat the amount of calories you were supposed to? Did you do the workouts you were supposed to? That's literally like the solution right there. Or in our offer, it's like, did you post the amount of content you were supposed to? Did you do it exactly as we have outlined in our protocol and our database? So on and so forth. Did you put the mechanism together as it was supposed to be done? That is 99% of what you will be doing. if you're not doing it already. And those are the people that are already doing it. I guarantee that's probably like, oh yeah, now that I think about it, this is like a light bulb moment where if you haven't thought about this before, but you're already like doing some sort of coaching, you look back and you think about it, you're like, oh yeah, 95% of the time I am just telling people stuff that I've already told them to do or things that they should know that they should be doing already. So that is step one. Brief summary. Step one, savage claim based on prior results. Level 5 market sophistication offer. Calculate the expected value and display yourself as a role model in order to adequately communicate you have the capability of calling people on their bullshit. Step number 2, determine the exact amount of eyeballs needed to acquire a single customer. And the funnel style you're going to be using is a TikTok to Instagram to YouTube scramjet funnel. If you guys do not know what a scramjet is, I will give you an example of what a scramjet is. So typical jet engine, for those of you that don't know, perfect example. A turbojet engine requires a turbine in order to force air into the engine and compress it for combustion. A scramjet engine relies on the fact that the plane is moving so fast, typically above Mach 2 or 3, that the plane is moving so quickly and is firing so much out the back end that the air is being compressed naturally. Now, in terms of how that works with coaching offers, I know that's kind of a big logic jump, but think about it like this. In terms of coaching offers, your exhaust that is forcing the engine of the business forward is your case studies and your testimonials and your customer results. That forces you forward, getting more people in a hell of a lot faster and pushes the plane quicker. And the speed of the plane could be thought of as how much cash flow you're generating per month. And the more clients, the more case studies, client results, testimonials you have that are going out on a consistent basis, the faster the plane will move forward and the faster you will acquire more clients. So that's the reason that this is called a scramjet funnel. First stage, short form micro sales letters fired on TikTok to drive psychotic amounts of targeted traffic whenever you want. Brief reference, if you remember this, like, oh yeah, I'll just do a handheld video that took 10 minutes to make 80,000 views, sales letter, and it ends up booking, 10 to 15 calls. Boom, done. Second is Instagram for nurturing at a high frequency. This is things like social proof stories, directing traffic to a landing page, answering Q&As publicly to pre-educate and nurture and answer questions that people may have before they end up getting on a call and closing. And then finally is YouTube for compressing conversion window, hence the scramjet funnel name. Think about it like this. TikTok is basically like we're catching that initial eyeball. Instagram is the nurturing and really getting them in the funnel, which is YouTube. And right in the compression stage, here's YouTube, where their conversion window is being collapsed right before the ignition, which is the purchase. And then they get the results. And you do amazing work by your clients, fired out the back end, and the plane starts moving faster and faster, and you have more marketing assets to put into. If you look right here, you could see me literally repping client results. Where is it? See? Oh, God damn it. See, I'm over here like repping client results. So you get what I mean. The machine moves faster and faster and faster the more client results you have because you have more marketing assets to put out front and generate more air into the machine, right? Next, after setting up the scramjet funnel, is determining the content output frequency and mapping your funnel metrics. I would recommend that you do enough content to generate minimum 500,000 views a month to get the sufficient data as to determine what the average views are in order to acquire a single client. I would highly recommend that. Minimum 500,000 views. If you guys know anything about statistical significance or have done statistics before, there's statistical significance and then there's statistical power. You need to have a large enough data set to achieve stat sig and also have enough statistical power backing the results of the variant versus the control. So you need to have a certain amount of views and have a large enough data set to make accurate predictions based on the data. What I'd recommend is by starting to post 1 to 4 short form micro sales letters per day minimum to figure out what initial opening headlines work. And after that, begin optimizing for frequency and performing marketing recursion based on insights you get from the bottom of your funnel, as well as your back end and what the client's experience, so on and so forth. So yeah, really, really straightforward is you just set up this funnel, you short form micro sales letters, Instagram for nurturing, YouTube for compressing conversion windows, and then run 500,000 views a month on the front end. You start by posting 1 to 4 short form micro sales letters a day to achieve that right there. Yeah, pretty simple. Then step 3, reverse engineer the input activities required in order to purchase a Lambo and buy mom a house. And here we have a calculator to do exactly that. Okay, hold on. Yeah, so we made a calculator to figure out exactly how long it would take you based on how many short form views you're generating and what your average ticket price is to purchase a 2021 Lamborghini SVJ Carbon Gray and a $1 million house for your mom. And it literally it'll calculate the exact number. So let's say we're doing 500,000 views a month, and this is based on market prices. I literally just built this yesterday. The current market price of a 2021 Lamborghini SVJ is $889,950 USD. After sales tax and dock fees, $971,146, including dock fees, and then we'll go high on the closing cost for the house, which is called $1,050,000. So the total being 2.02 million USD, right? Pre-tax, obviously. But yeah, in this calculator, literally, let's say we have a ticket price of 3,000, and then we're doing 500,000 views. These are based on, all this right here is based on our own funnel metrics and the kind of funnel metrics that we have for clients, provided that, the sales process is dialed, everything like that. So let's say we're running, instead of 500,000 views per month, generating 55,529 USD cash collected, let's just do $1 million a month. Oh shit, hold on. God damn it, I keep doing 1 0 short. Oh, 10 million, fine. God damn it. Okay, we'll just run it so let's say you're doing 1 million views a month and you have a 3K ticket and you have the scramjet funnel set up properly, including all expenses, that being, oh my God, Stripe percentage fees, Stripe flat fee per transaction, Google, standard Google admin cost for your domain, ClickFunnels, Calendly. You might have 1 or 2 other softwares, but, and then this is also including rent at $5,000 a month, general costs at $5,000 a month. So this is like above the average for sure. So all expenses included. If you are doing 1 million short form views a month with the funnel set up properly, doing everything correctly, at a $3,000 ticket, you'll be able to purchase the 2021 Lamborghini SVJ and your mom's $1 million house in just under 2 years, 20.7 months. Now, this is how important pricing is. Okay, this goes back to the expected value thing and making sure you have a targeted market dominating offer that speaks and achieves market resonance by speaking directly to what the prospect wants, the pain points that they are dealing with. Let's say the expected value is higher and people are closing really easy compared to what we initially thought. So they're closing easily at 3,000. Okay, it's a $5,000 ticket. Watch how significant of a difference that is. This is why you need to charge. You don't overcharge. I just want to say that you don't overcharge people and fleece people just because you can. And when you start getting really good at sales, you need to do it off the expected value, because you're going to get a lot of flack in the long term, because people are just going to know that you fleece people for the total amount of cash you can. Don't do that. Just charge what your shit is worth. Don't charge over that. Charge it based off the probability that people are going to get results and the expected value. So as you can see here, but let's just say like we determine that the expected value is higher than 3,000. Okay, boom, 5,000. Time to achieve goal. Basically under a year, we can buy mom her house and buy a 2021 Lamborghini SVJ, and while still paying $10K a month in general expenses, and Stripe gets their little bit, so on and so forth. If you amp the views even more, 5 million, $925,000 a month. Obviously, at that scale, if there's 285 showed calls per month, obviously there's a sales team, and the numbers start to break down here, because then there's commission, and then there's way more automations and things that have to happen. This is like really simple math. I didn't even put in Slack fees right here, automation, Zapier, so on and so forth. But really simple math. We can predict that in 2.3 months, we can achieve this, right? Obviously, numbers break down, but you get what I mean. Nonetheless, million, 185,000 a month. That's actually, like, you can still, someone could solo this still. You could solo probably up to, the average person can probably solo 30 calls a month. If you're an overachiever, you could probably solo 60 to 90 calls a month. That's actually not that hard. I'm just going to be honest. You can solo 100 if you're really on the ball and you're really focused. What does that look like? That would be, what is that? Probably 1.5 million. Basically. So yeah, you can basically solo up to 250K plus per month. Realistically, it'd be hard, but you can do it. And you can get to, the end goal of getting mom you could get your mom a Lambo and then get her the house as well. And then you can do that in 8 months. So yeah, I'm also going to leave this in here, and I'm going to plug the link to this in the description so that you guys can use this as well. But step 3 is reverse engineering the input activities. If you don't know what input activities are, that's basically system generating activities. In this case, it would be posting content and pumping this number up, and input activities being like, taking calls. So yeah, you can do that. So that's step 3, reverse engineer input activities required in order to purchase Lambo and buy mom a house. Summary and next steps. So all you need to do, write your thesis and case study based off your insights and your prior results. Base your coaching offer off the parameters designated by your previous case study. Make sure the price to value ratio is perfectly determined based off expected value to customers. Position yourself as an industry expert utilizing your case study, and then implement a leader persona and using antithesis marketing. Arrange the conversion mechanism as outlined in the spreadsheet calculator. Calculate and statistically validate exactly how many short-form video views are necessary per acquisition of a high-ticket client, and then reverse engineer the amount of input activities that are necessary to achieve 2.2 million USD pre-tax cash collected within the time frame that you want to achieve it in. So, summary, next steps continued. You can execute on this solo, or you can work with our team and get there faster with less mistakes, less frustration, and not have to pay a social media marketer $20,000 just to tell you to post about your audience's pain points and send 100 cold DMs a day. If you do end up working with us, you'll be able to properly write your case study that generates leads on autopilot, craft a targeted offer that sells prospects before the call, charge more than you ever have before because of how warm the leads are while experiencing, quote, the easiest sales calls of your life. And I say quote because we actually have clients that have said that before, that they, after implementing our conversion mechanism, they literally charge more than they ever have and experience the easiest sales calls of their life. You'll be able to get your customers amazing results because you can operate at scale and then sleep soundly at night once you're generating enough free cash flow every month to buy your mom a house in 6 to 18 months. That's the average time frame. So yeah, that is the end of this entire breakdown of exactly how to charge more than $3,000 per coaching client in order to buy your first Lamborghini and get your mom $1 million house. I will leave this entire slide deck in the I will leave the link to this slide deck in the YouTube description if you guys want to use that calculator. I'll also leave a book a call link in the slide deck as well for you to book a call to work with us, because it's going to just be a hell of a lot easier. I'm just going to be honest. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. If you're watching this today, the day that I'm filming this and dropping this, I hope you have a great weekend. I look forward to speaking to you soon.